Yo, this is Afro, aka All Flows Reach Out, and you're listening to Built for This Network. Yes, sir. From the building, stay bomb.
It's official. Style Guys is trending for the holiday season. Located 1252 Burnham Ave in Calumet City. Being black owned and operated with new items weekly, in store, and even online. And with over 50,000 followers online, you can't miss out. Sales going on till 2022. Like jogging suits, hoodies, t-shirts, Jordan Craig, smoke wraps, crisp, sweaters, and so much more. So beat the lines and order online from Style Guys, 1252 Burnham Ave in Calumet City. Contact them today at 708-801-9481. Again, 708-801-9481. Or check them out from Tuesday to Saturday from noon to 7 p.m. or Sundays from noon to 5 p.m. Style Guys, 1252 Burnham Ave in Calumet City. Life, fashion, style. Follow some of the newest styles by Style Guys in Calumet City. Lock in The Style Guys on IG or look them up, thestyleguys.com. Gone wild!
We are built for this network, for the strong, not the weak.
How you doing, YouTube? How you doing, guys? This is second video. I did a video earlier today, a sports video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about some of these tragedies that have been occurring with guns. And I wasn't going to do this video. Good friend of mine, A-Trap, he's on Built for This Network. He has a show on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock. Tuesday's show is more of him. He's doing some interviews. He's talking about the community, talking about how we can better ourselves as a people, as a community. And then on Thursdays, I'm part of a panel that we discuss some of those same things, how we can better our community. So he and I are in touch a lot. We talk a lot. And and you can find the show on YouTube, Built for This Network, on YouTube on those days. Also on Spreaker, all right? I've mentioned before Spreaker. They have some other shows. X Squad is a good network you can check out. They have some very good programming. And a couple other guys I also want to mention. That Ninja has a good show on Mondays. Also, he comes in on Sunday sometimes. ABM, Angry Black Man, like I said, he's not that angry, right? He has quite a few shows during the week. And Jungle Brother, he's a little troubling. He's a Giants fan. I worry about him sometimes because being a Giant fan, I don't know, man, just kind of. Well, that's another thing. We praying for the brother. We're praying for him. Anyway. But anyway, me and A-Trap have these conversations a lot. And he's not a big gun guy. He's not opposed to guns, but he sees guns in a different way, right? And he cares about, he obviously cares about me, right? And he didn't want me to say some things that was going to come across in the wrong way, okay? And I respected that and I listened to it because whenever a friend tries to lead you in a certain direction, you need to pay attention to it. If you could recognize they have your better interest at heart, pay attention to it, okay? Because I do recognize if I would have put out a video about some of my opinions earlier on, they may have come across in a wrong way, okay? So I kept quiet, but I have to say something about this Michigan situation, okay? And I'm going to include some of the other situations because I really want my opinion to be heard, okay? So A-Trap, I appreciate what you've done. You really talked me off the ledge, but I have to say what I have to say, okay? So what happened in Michigan? all right? It's a tragedy in so many levels, all right? Now, some people are going to not agree with what I'm about to say. They're going to just hear me out, okay? So this young man, he has some mental issues. He is really has some bad advice. He has some bad parenting, okay? If the stories are correct, mentally he has some issues, and it was fostered, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, it was fostered by bad parenting, okay? And this is why. Whenever school officials bring it to your attention that your child have some disturbing thoughts that he's displaying, take that serious. Take that serious, you know? I'm not even talking about someone who may commit a violent act, right? Just everyday situations. Don't just put your child on a pedestal and say he can do or she can do no wrong. Recognize the fact that if someone is taking the time to talk about something that's happening with your child, don't dismiss it like it's nothing. Pay attention to it. Now, you may feel like whatever is being said is BS, right? And you may even tell the teachers or whoever, you know, you might defend your child, okay? Which I don't think that's real. I think sometimes, unless you recognize there's a bias in what they're saying, right? If you recognize that there's a bias, then I understand that. But if you don't recognize a bias, and even if you do recognize a bias, still pay attention to your child. Understand that take what was brought to your attention, right? And make sure that your child are not displaying these characteristics. Okay, that's being a responsible parent. What a tragedy is when someone brings you these thoughts, these troubling displays in character and display of what a child is thinking, and give them access to firearms. And if the stories are correct, tell them just don't get caught. The fact they got arrested, the parents of the child that killed 4 people and injured 5 others, the fact that the parents got arrested, I think that is fantastic. I think that is what's called for. I think these people should be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. I am very serious about that, because these are the situations, and these are the situations that me and Araider talk about. In his opinion, and I don't want to speak for him, but I think he doesn't mind me saying this, but because he said it on his show, right? He doesn't think that because of both people on the aisle, both Republicans, Democrats, and anybody else, right, love guns so much, there's no way guns are going to go away. These are the situations that the anti-gun people use, in my opinion, to try to arrest the gun. Okay? This is the situation they try to use to arrest the gun. And if you can explain to me how the gun is the key factor in this situation, I'm all ears. Because this is a people problem. This is a parenting problem. This is a young man that has some mental issues, and his parents were irresponsible. That's the problem in this case. The fact that he's used a gun to display his lack of, not his elevator not going all the way to the top, okay? And his parents allowing it to be on display, his parents enabling him, okay, that's the problem. It's a social problem. It's a parenting problem. It's a mental illness problem. That's the problem in this case. Now, I haven't really heard anyone say anything about gun control in this case, but trust me, I've been doing this for a long time. Someone will. At some point, someone will. And that's the only reason why I'm bringing this case up. This is the prime example of what I've been trying to say in other videos. Don't arrest the gun. Arrest the people that are responsible for these acts. Okay? We have a mental health issue in this country. And that we have to, all the resources that may be put to gun control need to be addressing mental health issues. This country does a bad job on that. Okay? Parents, you need to do a better job. These are horrible, I'm sorry, man, I'm gonna say it. These are horrible parents. That's why this tragedy occurred. Because of horrible parenting. And this young man obviously having some mental health issues. And it's a tragedy. And my prayers go out to those families that have lost, their loved ones. It's just something that just should not occur. Should not occur. And if we recognize what the real problem is, perhaps we can avoid some of these things. So that's why I wanted to bring that situation up. Okay? This to me is a prime example of what the real problem is with some of these school shootings. It's not the gun. It's the people. Let's put our energy on correcting those issues. Because that's the issue. That's how we're going to fix it. We're not going to fix it by just trying to put a Band-Aid on it and take away the instrument. Because trust me, if you go to school with a knife and stab 2 people, are you going to say, oh, well, we saved 2 lives? No, 2 people still died. You see what I'm saying? If you took out his anger on 1 person still died. Don't tell me gun control can save 3 lives. No, not addressing mental issues still cause someone to die. And I'm just playing out a scenario here, because I know that's going to be the argument. Oh, if you take away the guns, you're going to, decrease the number of people that die. People will still die. And 1 person is enough for us to act. To save 1 person's life is enough for us to recognize what the real issues are and address them. Okay? And this is, to me, this is a prime example. And I hope how I'm saying this comes across in the right way. But that's how I feel about it. The issue with Kyle Rittenhouse. Okay? I'm going to address that, and I'm going to say it like this. I'm a truck driver. Okay? I have a computer right here. You can't see it. It's not in your field of view. But it tells me how many hours I have. It tells me when to stop. It tells me a lot of things, right? It doesn't stop the truck. If I want to drive illegally, I can. It's just that everyone's going to see I drove illegally, okay? But if I want to drive illegally and I go down the road and I do everything, I'm illegally driving, but I do everything as far as operating this vehicle correctly. I have proper distance. I'm doing the speed limit. I have my seatbelt on. Every other thing I've done correctly. And a vehicle comes from the other side, crosses the median, hit me head on, and they die, I'm responsible. I'm responsible because I should not have put I should have not been there. Because illegally I was driving. This computer told me I was not supposed to be driving. I did not have the hours to drive. And there's a lot, I don't want to get into all the complications of being a truck driver, but there's certain limitations that we have, right? So illegally I was driving because I did not have the hours to drive. And this computer told me I didn't have the hours to drive, okay? I decided I'm well rested. I am capable of driving despite what this computer say, and I'm going to go down the road. And I'm doing everything correctly. And that car comes from across the median, hit me head first, speeding. They could be going 100 miles an hour. Come across the median, come across going the wrong direction, and hit me head on. I'm still responsible because I should not have been there. You get what I'm saying? Apply that, and that's how the law is gonna probably put me in jail because I should not have been there. Now, if they hit someone else, okay, that's another situation. But because I'm a professional, because I hold a responsibility, I'm a professional driver. I have certain rules I have to abide by. And because I didn't abide by those rules, that one rule, all other rules I abided by. But because I didn't abide by that one rule, and I put myself in that spot, and that car came across at 100 miles an hour, crossed the median. So I'm trying to make it clear. I'm trying to make a clear situation. I have zero responsibility for what that car was doing. But because I was there illegally, I'm responsible. And I'm going to jail. Okay? That's how that's going to play out. So if that's the case in my situation, the scenario I just explained to you, explain to me, excuse me guys, explain to me why Kyle Rittenhouse isn't in jail. Explain to me that. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of details about that case, but I will say this. In my opinion, this is some of the situations, some of the conversations me and A-Trap had some very heated arguments about. And he's my brother, and I understand exactly where he came from, okay? I honestly, if you want my honest opinion, and again, people may not agree with what I'm about to say, based on the information that I got, I don't think he went there with the intentions on killing those people. But I'm going to explain how I feel things occurred. And I'm going to be very vague because I don't know all the details. I was not there. Okay? A, he should not have been there. Explain to me why an underage young man goes across state lines and protect property that is not his. Explain that to me. Now, a lot of people are going to have a lot of opinions about, hey, you know, he had the right to do this, right to do that. He's underage. Okay? He's crossing state lines to protect property that is not his. Now, where his mindset was, what he was trying to do, look, there's a lot of opinions about a lot of things what he was trying to do. And that can all be debated. But what cannot be debated is that he should not have been there. He put his body in a situation that he should not have. I'm just going to tell you that's my opinion. And because of that, and because to me it was illegal for him to be there with that firearm, just like it would be illegal for me to be on that road, he's responsible. Now, all the other situations, everything that occurred after that, you can talk about it. And I'll even touch on a little bit of it, okay? But my point is, let's not lose the fact whether or not it was in self-defense, he fired in self-defense, regardless to what his mindset was, regardless to any of those things. He should not have that rifle across state lines at his age, protecting property that he has no interest in. That's explain to me why I'm wrong on that statement. Explain to me why I'm wrong. Okay? Now, I know some people, I'm going to get some feedback, probably get some pushback. I've had some hate comments, some hateful comments. But hey, I'm a grown man, and whatever comes my way, comes my way. But that's how I feel about it. That young man should not have been found innocent, because he should not have been there. When you are a gun owner, there's an added responsibility that carries with that privilege. Okay? I think we have a right to own and to bear arms, but it comes with added responsibility, and that responsibility has to be taken seriously. Okay? I'm going to give you, this is not fact, but I'm going to give you my opinion. Okay? And you can take it or leave it. You can feel however you want to feel about it. But this is my opinion, and whatever it costs me, it costs me. But I'm going to give you my opinion. I think that young man was targeted because of how he looked, because of how he presented himself. I think the original people that confronted him, right? I think they saw a weak link. There were other people out there with firearms protecting property. He was part of some type of militia, okay? Look, you might not want to believe what I'm about to say. I'm just telling you what I've heard, and it's been, to me, it's been proven. I saw the film. I saw other guys out there, you know, and it was in essence a militia, okay? And they were there to protect rioters from destroying property, okay? Why did they not attack and chase them? Because Rittenhouse was chased, okay? Whatever happened to cause them to chase him, he was being chased, okay? And that first shooting, to me, was self-defense. But it goes back to what my original statement was. He should not have been there. He should not have been there. So everything happens after that, he's responsible for it. It's like that car crossing the median and hit me head on. I'm still responsible because I wasn't supposed to be there. Okay? Now, you can hate me for it. You can disagree with me. You can call me names. You can say whatever you want. But that's my opinion. And I'm a grown man, and I'm going to stand on my opinion. Okay? But I don't think Kyle Rittenhouse came out there to kill people. I think he was trying to, you know, show off. He was trying, in his mind, to do some good, you know, despite how people feel about it. I think he probably was thinking he was, you know, doing some good, right? I think he was irresponsible. I think he should have stayed his ass at home. Okay? That's my opinion. But I think that first shooting was because I think some people saw him and said, this is the weak link. Let's go after him. And then things happened. And people lost their lives. And I think it's a tragedy. Despite all other evidence that has come out about the character of some of the people that were victims, they still were victims. Their lives were taken. I don't care whether they were good people or bad people. I mean, I've heard some very bad characteristics about one of the guys that got shot and got killed. That's for the courts. It was the courts that should have put the guy in jail. It was the courts that should not have allowed him to be out there that night. Okay? If you say he was this and he was that, explain to me, is that his actions, does that require the death penalty? Because that's what you're saying. You're saying because his character was bad, he deserved to die. That's what you're saying. Because you're trying to justify Kyle's actions. Kyle is responsible, man. And I know a lot of gun people, a lot of people who want to, you know, view things a certain way, want to come at me. And I'm, like I said, can I put it any other kind of way? I'm a grown-ass man. You know how to contact me. My email is in the description. You want to contact me? You can contact me. Okay? But he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been there. And those people's lives, it's for the courts to put these people and to punish these people for the things that they did. Their life should not have been taken in that situation. Okay? Why didn't they attack some of the other people there with guns? Okay? I think they saw somebody that was weak. That's just my opinion. That's the way I feel about it. And the way I'm going to end this, I'm going to say these situations, firearms are involved in these situations, and the rights to have firearms are in question because of some of these situations. And what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to relay in expressing my opinions, is that if you think about what I'm saying, these are people making bad decisions. Let's not arrest and prosecute the gun. Let's arrest and let's go after the people who commit these acts. That's what needs to be addressed. That's what needs to be emphasized. That's where our energy needs to go. Okay? So I hope that I haven't my goal was to relay information to try to get people to understand from a gun advocate, for someone who's always trying to preach or talk about your rights to bear arms, right? From his perspective, how does he view these situations? And that's the only reason why I made this video. Because I want you to understand, as a gun advocate, I am not online. I am not someone who's going to just take these situations, and because I don't want our gun rights to be on trial, I want the people to be on trial. And that's why I'm making these videos. That's why I'm making this particular video. Okay? So I hope you guys got something from it. I hope it can create some constructive, healthy conversation. If you come at me with some nonsense, expect some nonsense to come back at you. Okay? Again, I'm going to say it again. I'm a grown-ass man. All right? So just understand that. All right? So I hope that you guys could get something out of this. I hope this created some healthy conversation, because the only way we can get better as a unit, as a nation, as a community, is a healthy conversation. Okay? So I hope that's my goal. That's what I'm trying to do. All right? So I hope we can have that. Again, my email is in the description. If you have something that you want to say, if you want to leave some comments, feel free. If you come crazy, don't be surprised if something crazy come back at you. Okay? All right? All right. So, guys, like I always in my videos, guys, take care of each other, love each other, and guys, be blessed. RaiderKev is out. Peace.
are built for this network, for the strong, not the weak.